welcome. The goal here is to look at each company in the S&P 500 from a technical analysis perspective, just sharing my thoughts on the stock and companies at the current price and whether it is showing a bullish or bearish chart trend. So just starting off by looking at the S&P 500. Overall, since COVID, as we know, it's been quite the run up until about the beginning of the year, in December, January, where we see that high of 4818. Since then, it has been in a bearish trend for about a year. Just having some of our trend lines here, we do see that it has kind of followed this trend nicely. However, instead of coming back down to our trend line, it kind of met this resistance here a little bit, just around this kind of area here, the 3500, 36 to 3500 area. We're now currently seeing its back in a bullish pattern. However, this is a critical point, as if it breaks through this line at about $4,100, 50, we will be out of this bearish channel here, and could be a sign of a bullish sign here moving forward for the S&P 500. Looking at 3M here, had a high back in 2018, recently had a low in October. Overall, in the last little bit, it's been on a bearish downward trend here. Just zooming in on the last couple of months here, we are in an upward trend, moving from the bottom, kind of bouncing off the bottom resistance here, the bottom support here. However, it did kind of trend back down. It's currently trading flat. I'd expect it to come back down, start trending back down towards the 110, 105 area. Smith AO Corp. Just looking at the 5 years, starting to zoom in here, what we could see within the last couple of months. We do have a downward channel overall. There is kind of some resistance line over here at the 60. There's some resistance here at the 60. If it does break through, it will keep trending up. However, we see here that it did kind of bounce off this resistance line here, and is kind of trading flat right now. However, it is a good chance that it may come down, bounce back down, and either hit off one of these resistance lines, or the resistance line down here, or go down even further to keep in with the downward trend. ABT, or Abbott Laboratories, has been trending upward nicely. Same thing with the pivot in December, with the high has come down since then. I do see here Do see here that looking at this support or resistance line on the downward trend, it has broke that in mid-November and has been trending upwards as well. Interesting to see if it keeps trending upwards and breaks through the high trend here. And now this bottom trend line here, which was the ceiling, is now going to be the bottom support. So whenever it does, reverse back, it will bounce off this line here. ABBV. ABBV is an upward trend. Did have a high of 175. I'm just going to zoom in. We see that high of 175 in the last in April. It is currently in an upward trend pattern, a bullish pattern here. It is meeting an upwards resistance or the upward ceiling. If it does break through this, we could see up closing in on new all-time highs. So that'd be interesting to watch here. However, this may just bounce off and come back down to this bottom support here. However, the RSI is at 75. Stochastic is at 100 as well. So it would be very interesting to see if it is going to come back down or if it's in the overbought territory. Looking at Accenture, had a high in January 2022. It has been trending up nicely, kind of in this trend channel here. We are at an interesting point once again with some of the trend lines and support lines or support lines here, kind of indicating that this is a potential breakthrough for higher bearish trends here. So we have Activision here. ATVI was bought out by Microsoft, and since then it's been trading kind of flat. However, when we zoom in, had a little downward trend since August. Hit some resistance here and bounced back up at the $70 area. It's currently in a nice uptrend and could continue to climb. However, there is a resistance here at about $81. ADBE, Adobe, coming off highs of $6.99 and an overall bearish trend, seeing if it can reverse that. Needs to break through some of these trend lines here. It's currently trading a little bit sideways. However, if it can in the next couple days break through this this top line here, that's drawn from the high, or needs to break through that, and then the next trend line we would be seeing at around the 370 mark as well. So seeing if it could break those. I do see that there's also a little bit of resistance here at the 350, 360 mark. So interesting to see if it'll break through the next few days. If it does break through, if it starts getting over the 375 area. 375 area, that would be good buy. Advanced Auto Parts, AAP, in a downward trend. There is some support and resistance here at the 155 area. Currently, the stock is trading sideways at this 155. This does look like bearish patterns here. And then we have AMD, so I've drawn some support lines, some different price lines. I see one at about the $73 area, another one kind of around this $49 or $50 area, and then the COVID low at the $37 area. Just moving into AMD, it is overall a bearish trend in the last couple of months. It's kind of bouncing up and down the channels here. Currently at a up at a channel resistance or a channel support line here. Depending if it can break through passwords of $80, that'd be good to look at. Currently, it is on an uptrend here. However, so we'll just see if that continues.